Okay, so today I'll talk about Express. So today, if you have web development, right, you have HTML, CSS, JavaScript for the front end, and you can make like a website that's kind of interactive, add some JavaScript. Yeah, it's very pretty with CSS. But where does that all that data goes? How is it stored? It's stored in a database somewhere in what is called the backend. The backend needs a program to act as an intermediate between the browser, the client, the people accessing the website or web app, and the data. And that program can be built in any programming language today, pretty much. So different companies use different languages for the backend server. A very popular choice today is writing a backend in the JavaScript programming language, which is the same as the front end. Traditionally, that was not possible, but it has been made possible with the advent of Node.js. Node.js, put simply, is just JavaScript, but on the server side. JavaScript, the language, originated from client-side programming in the browser. And then somebody had the idea, okay, why not use that for other things outside the browser? So they created Node.js. Okay, it's pretty much server-side JavaScript. So if you can write client-side, you can write server-side the same way, the same language. Now, writing that like a web server to serve pages or requests from users might be a tedious task if written in the very raw or lower level HTTP module from the Node.js. So Express, this library was written, and pretty much it makes it easier for us to build a web server with Node.js programming language. Okay, instead of us having to type everything from scratch, it already wrote the code for us. Somebody wrote the code for us and put it in a package that's called ExpressJS. And that's what we're going to see today. Okay, so to get started, I need to go to the terminal. Now, just go anywhere in your computer, in your terminal, and we're going to make a directory for this project. I'm going to use the command mkdir space, and then I'm going to call the directory using -express. You can call it anything you want. This is my name. Press enter, and the directory is now created. If I say dir to list, I can see it here. If you're using Linux or Mac, the command to list files is ls. The mkdir should be the same across systems. Okay, I'm going to cd space using express to change directory to using express directory. So I'm in the right place. Now, since you installed Node, you should also have NPM, the Node package manager. So I can say NPM space init. And the reason I do this is so it creates a file called package.json, that would be necessary for us to define this as a node project, and therefore we can install third-party dependencies. That is code that's written by somebody else. In this case, we're going to install the Express library. So you can type, it's going to ask you a few questions about the content of the package.json file. You can just press enter and accept the default. If you want to change, you can always change it later. Enter, 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 enter until, is this okay? I'm going to say yes. Okay, now if I do dir or ls in other systems, I can see there's a file that was created called package.json. Now you can open your favorite text editor on this specific directory that we created for the project. For example, I have Visual Studio Code. I could say code space dot meaning current directory. So it will open my thing there. So we got this file that was created by npm init called package.json. So we define this directory as a node or npm project. And we have several properties and values regarding metadata for the project. We don't really care about these right now. So just make sure it's there. Now going back to the terminal, we're going to install Express. And I'm going to say npm space install space express. EXPRESS. It might take a while. Okay, so what this does is NPM is a node package manager. So it has a registry of third-party software, and you can pull that code from the registry with the npm install command. Basically, if you have code that you wrote and you want to publish that as a package, you can publish that to npm. And then people can download your code using npm install. So when that happens, what it does, it creates a directory called node_modules. and places all the third-party code there. If I show you in Visual Studio, you can see now that the node modules directory was created. And if I expand that, there's a lot of packages. And the one we installed was Express. You can see there's a directory for Express. So you can see the source code for Express is here. Now, the reason there are other folders inside node modules is because Express itself, if you click on the package JSON there, depends on other packages, a lot of other packages. So it also has to download all of those other third-party code and put it here. Okay. And there you go. If you click package.json, we should now see a property called dependencies. And Express is now included there. And what this means is our project depends on the Express package. And the version we are dependent upon is this one, 4.18.3. Does anybody have any questions? Yeah, go ahead. You ask the question.
Sorry, NPM doesn't get recognized in my command prompt.
Did you
It
install
says,
Node.js?
is it Node.js I'm installing or the Express?
So let me share this browser here. One
And
moment.
sorry, the JS I'm installing. I guess I'm using the
So
Windows
this is
installer,
the
right?
website for Node.js. If you
Right.
don't have Node.js, you should install it. For example,
Okay.
clicking the LTS version.
Right.
And when you install Node.js, it comes with NPM. Did you
Oh,
install
okay.
Node.js yet or
No,
no?
not yet. Okay, that's in progress. Yeah.
Yeah, make sure to install. Just click here. It will open Wizard, MSI, whatever.
Okay.
And
Thanks.
after that is installed, you will get access to Node and NPM. Thomas asks, how do you know if Express or any modules are installed? I showed you that, right? So going back here to Visual Studio Code, when you install any package with NPM, it will install it under node modules. So if you verify package.json, you should see under dependencies property an entry for Express. You see Express here and the version that was installed. And another way of confirming if the file is there, go to node modules and then verify there's a folder called Express here. You see there's Express here. So that means it's been installed.